What's up? This is Angela, aka Divine Angel Love, Angela, Ellen Miyagi, all those names. Um, so I noticed right now there's a trend being started by A9, Stop Child Abuse, and I figured this is a perfect chance because I was already going to start making videos. And the primary goal of my videos is to bring awareness to child abuse, in particular child abuse experienced in foster care, Department of Children and Families, that largely goes ignored, that doesn't get talked about. I know firsthand because I grew up in foster care from the age of 7. I was adopted at the age of 11 by that same foster family. Um, I have a twin sister. I have a younger sister. She's 18 now, and 2 younger brothers who are autistic. We were all put into the foster care system. My mom lost her rights. Uh, and I'm just speaking candidly. There was a lot of things that I had to go through. Me and my twin sister and my younger sister. Um, Currently, my younger sister, my younger siblings are still in care. Um, Me and my twin have aged out, if you will. So we are no longer affiliated with those people who adopted us. But I want to talk about a lot of the abuse that happens. Um, it's kind of hard to start talking about. I've been wanting to make videos for a very long time, and not only that, I've wanted to write a book. But it's kind of like, where do I start? With the amount of things that happen in foster care. I talk about it a lot, and I should have probably just been making videos that way I could just stop talking about it to everybody and just make videos for everybody to see. But there were a lot of things that happened to me. I was put in foster care at the age of 7 with my 2 sisters. My brothers weren't born yet. Um, at first, we went to a very nice home. Miss Lois, shout outs to you if you ever see this. I still remember you and I love you. You did. She was a really great foster mom. She was there for us, but it was only temporary foster home. And then we were moved to a permanent foster home. This was the family who later adopted us. And from the start, it was okay in the beginning, but it quickly changed. There was a lot of bias between blood and water. And, for instance, we were forced to fight a lot, you know, foster children versus blood children. And, if foster children, if a foster child won, then she would get beat anyway because the blood children were supposed to win. Just a lot of craziness. It's like, sometimes I just feel like, where do I start? Uh, there was a lot of things that happened to me. I'm going to be making a bunch of videos. This is going to be a short video. I don't want this one to be too long. I'll just let this be introductory. But I will be making several videos about the things that happened to me, how I'm overcoming it now. Not just, I don't want to just talk about, all this happened to me, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm not okay now, because I am. And I just mainly want to bring awareness. I always felt like, who would want to watch it, who would want to know. And I guess I just realized that it'll help those who are supposed to help. I know they got a lot of foster children out there, former foster children out there, who probably still dealing with a lot of the issues they had to go through in foster care, a lot of the insecurities, a lot of the anxiety, PTSD from any abuse they may have suffered. One of the things that I still go through with PTSD and remembering was that I was forced underwater, and held underwater for minutes at a time. Another one would probably be, being forced medication. I'm going to talk about all these in later videos, but, being forced medication, which is what I now know as Munchausen's by proxy syndrome. or it's in a way Munchausen by proxy. I mean, yeah, that's what it was, because they would exaggerate our depression at the time and make it seem like we were depressed, so we needed medication, or we were too hyped, which we were never hyped. Me and my twin, especially, were always, calm girls. Did good in school and stuff like that. And we go to the doctor and they ask us questions like, "Are you depressed? Do you want to kill someone? Do you want to kill yourself?" And we're just like, "No, no." But we still end up on medication. I don't know how. Yeah, our answers to the questions was no. So, but that was back. Dr. Lesser. Uh, you can look her up. I don't know. But anywho, I'm gonna talk about all this stuff later on. Like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. Stop child abuse. Hashtag it, share it, spread it around. Stop orphan child abuse. If you take these foster children in, it should be because you love them. Even if you are doing it for a paycheck, your main goal should be to, not that it's good to do it for a paycheck, but a lot of them are, because a lot of my family did it. A lot of my adopted family did it. It's out there and it's true. It's not a made up story. They do it for money. Okay, I guess that's it. But share this. If you take in foster children, that's all I was about to say. If you take in foster children, you need to do it out of love. It should never be, "Oh yeah, I'm just getting a paycheck and I'm gonna make sure mine got theirs, and I'm gonna let these foster children go without." Because that's still going on with my adopted family today. I can look at Facebook and see all kind of recitals and things like that my niece is doing, my adopted niece, and I see the foster children that they got that's the same age. They ain't doing nothing. And that's how they always treated us. You less than because you were a foster child. Or that's not water. I mean that's not blood. You just water. Or when Mad Day come, it's the worst. Constantly reminded how much you don't belong there, how much you're not family, over and over again. I don't talk to them right now because I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot of stigma that I wish I could get along with them, but I can't, because it's a lot of just a lot of phoniness that I can't deal with. But I'm trying to be over it and above it. I would like to still talk to my brother and sister. My other brother's in care with someone else. But, it's just a lot. It's hard to even communicate with these people at this point. But I am going to bring awareness to it. And I've been letting the family know. I've been threatening the fact that if y'all don't start doing better by these foster children, they're going to suffer the consequences. And I thank God that I saw this tweet by A9 Intel Group that they're stopping child abuse, because guess what? The wrath coming down on all you bitches who think that y'all could just take in foster children, treat them however you want, and don't think about the consequences of how it might affect them in their older age. Because I have PTSD, I have anxiety and depression, all coming from things that happened to me in my childhood. Yeah, I was taken away. Yeah, I was put in foster care. But isn't your duty as a foster parent to make that child's life better, not to make it worse than what it was before they got in foster care? Because guess what? My mom may not have had it all, but she was there for us. She always made us feel loved and special. I can guarantee you that. But she wasn't capable of taking care of us. I don't know. But I know people should say, "Oh yeah, she took y'all in. Yeah, you should be grateful." No, because if you wasn't going to take us in to love us, you shouldn't have took us in at all. I would have rather lived in a group home. I used to pray I would go to a group home. We used to get treated so bad. But I know they have, I don't want to make it seem like I'm ungrateful, because I know they have people that's in the group home who wish they were in a house. But if you in a certain house for a long enough time and they start treating you fucked up, you're going to want to run away and you're going to wish you was in the group home. Because at least in the group home, you have a little bit more independence. And then when you get out of there, that they might help you out with living expenses. I don't think they do that no more, but I know they used to. But I know some states stopped it. I think Louisiana cut back on it. I don't know. I was reading an article about it a while ago, but I don't really remember all the details. And we need to get some help for these foster children too, coming out of the system. I had so much anxiety upon graduating high school You know, just like I'm not like everybody else who done had the right upbringing. Not that I really was conscious of this at the time, but looking back on it, that's how it was. I had a lot of anxiety. I was like, okay, am I supposed to be establishing a relationship with my biological family? Or, I was, on the verge of going to college, but, I wasn't like everybody else going to college that had families supporting them and being there for them. But, anyway, stop child abuse. Stop foster child abuse. Stop adopted child abuse. End child abuse, period. All right, that's it. See y'all. Because I can probably go on all day about this subject. But, I don't want this to be too long. It's already, 10 minutes. All right.